Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger. Today I'm going to be discussing these really cool images that came out of Thanos, or Thanos' design. Of course, we saw Thanos appear in the after credits scene in Avengers, and the big rumor is that he's going to be making an appearance, or is going to be definitely a force in the Guardians of the Galaxy film that is set to come out prior to Avengers 2 to kind of really set up his backstory and all that, so that they don't have to worry about that in the Avengers 2 film. And then, of course, he's going to be the main villain that the Avengers are going to have to overcome in the second film. So, basically, I don't know how these images, not fimages, I don't know what the fimage is, but these images got by me and I didn't see them for a while, and then just now, recently, I actually had a look at them, and I just wanted to discuss what I thought about the design, and on top of that, a little bit of a suggestion that I thought would be kind of cool, as well as get your opinions and thoughts on the design. So, of course, we got this really cool image of, which seems like, almost like a painted on type image of Thanos. It looks very cool. He's got kind of the of course, kind of the face reminds me almost of Darkseid, where he looks much more made like out of rock or something, more so than just an organic facial part or whatever. But we will get to see a much better detailed shot in just a little bit here. The other thing is that apparently it has been confirmed that Damien Poitier, maybe, I'm not really sure how to pronounce that correctly, will be playing Thanos. Of course, he's primarily known, I think, for his role in True Blood, where he played Dupreys or whatever. One of those, I think that was the name of the character, something like that. So that's probably his main role that he has been in, that he's known for. I don't really know if I like this or not, simply because I feel like, of course, the rumor also was confirmed that Thanos was going to be completely CGI'd and all, and I think it worked for the Hulk. I don't know how it's going to work for Thanos, simply because for the Hulk, we always had kind of like a human counterpart to relate him back to, that being, of course, Mark Ruffalo. If Thanos is introduced simply as a CGI figure at all times, I feel like there's going to be a big disconnect with him in terms of we're not going to be able to create any type of relation to a human counterpart or a physical like entity, because he's always going to be on screen. And as good as CGI has gotten, you could still tell that the Hulk wasn't physically present in the scenes that he was in with Iron Man and Tony Stark and all those guys. But that's kind of going to be a big challenge, in my opinion, for Josh Whedon and everyone. If they do consider making Thanos completely CGI, I feel like that's going to be something that is going to be very difficult for them to kind of, I don't even know if get over is the right word, but kind of establish him as a real threat, or as a real opposing force to the Avengers. Listen, with the way CGI is going, it could be amazing by the time Avengers 2 comes out, but in my opinion, it would be much better to do a physical makeup and all that, because it doesn't seem too difficult. Speaking of physical makeup, look at this picture where we can see detailed shot of what Thanos' face looks like. As you can see, there's not a lot of makeup application that needs to go onto the actor, and of course, with the eyes, you could do a CGI effect or something like that, which is why I don't think that it would be too difficult to honestly make this into a regular makeup and like real special effects. And speaking of makeup and special effects and all that good stuff, I feel like this image really started to kind of give me an idea in my mind, and that is for who really should play Thanos. As much as I think Damien Poitier might do a good job and all that, we don't know how he's going to get portrayed. I think there's one guy who I always know will do a good job, and that is Ron Perlman. And I think when you put these images side by side of Ron Perlman and the concept design for Thanos, it literally looks like Thanos was designed after, or at least somewhat after, Ron Perlman. I mean, Ron Perlman has that big jawline, and I think he would do an incredible job. Of course, he's an amazing actor in my opinion, and I think he'd do a great job playing Thanos, simply because he has a lot of experience in heavy makeup in playing Hellboy, meaning that he's not going to have to get over that challenge of how to portray emotion and character, and a lot of the importances of making a villain believable through the makeup and the special effects, because he's got a lot of experience under his belt, under heavy makeup, and doing a great job as Hellboy, which again means he's got a lot of experience also with big budget films and all that. And considering that the Avengers films almost have been built around the idea of let's have the really, really, really great actors play all the roles, I think Ron Perlman would fit right in as Thanos, and I think you do an incredible job. I know that some people might say that that's something that is a big stretch and a big assumption to make just because he did a great job as Hellboy. I just think I've never seen Ron Perlman do a bad job in any of his films, and that's why I kind of think that he would really take on this role and do an incredible job as Thanos. That being said, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Would you want to see Ron Perlman, or do you believe that this new kid on the block, let's put it that way? I don't know. Again, I'm just saying new kid on the block because I don't know a lot about this actor. He might be some sort of like amazing actor that I just don't know about. It's very, very, very possible, but I really don't know a lot about him, so that's really why I kind of am saying what I'm saying, I guess, and I might be coming off as a complete asshole towards this guy, but I would just love to see Ron Perlman take on the role of Thanos, and I think he'd do a great job. Then we also got this really cool image of kind of like the armor stuff of him. He looks very cool here, and as you can see, again, this doesn't look very complicated. Like, this doesn't look like, this costume doesn't look much more complicated than, I don't know, the Thor suits, the Thor costumes or anything like that, which is why I think they really could pull this off with just regular special effects, and they don't need to rely on CGI. I think that you put Ron Perlman in that suit, he's a pretty big dude, and then if you put like a rubber skin over him or whatever to make him look bigger, I think you could definitely pull off this look that is seen in this particular image, simply because it doesn't look that complex that it would require the basically the only way that it would come off real is on CGI. Like, for example, with the Hulk, it's very, very difficult to make it look good in special effects because he's got such an ridiculously over exaggerated muscular build that it's very, very difficult to make it look realistic. But I think that Thanos is not necessarily, especially after this character design, he doesn't necessarily have to be ginormous. He's gonna need to be tall, definitely, but I don't think that he needs to be giant to get his character over. So that's just my opinion. Again, I'd love to hear what you guys think about this images, and as well as the idea of maybe Ron Perlman playing Thanos instead of this other guy, Damien Poitier. I also know that apparently Damien actually did he was on Firefly, which is, of course, was kind of like Joss Whedon's baby. So I think that definitely Joss Whedon kind of trusts him and knows that he could do a great job, which is why, again, I'm not saying that this guy won't do a good job. I'm just saying that I would like to see Ron Perlman take a crack at Thanos. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. It really does help me out. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. See you later. Thanks for watching.